A 14-year-old U.S. student died in Belize over the weekend. Tamari Elijah Jackson, a freshman at North Cobb High School in Kennesaw, Georgia, USA, is believed to have drowned near Tiger Sandy Bay in rural Belize. Hipólito Novella reports.
14-year-old Tamari Elijah Jackson was one of 32 students and 6 chaperones from North Cobb High School who traveled to Belize on an educational trip.
This was the 4th year that North Cobb High School near Atlanta, Georgia, has visited Belize. Their primary purpose is to do service work at one of our local primary schools, to learn about the geography and the environment of Belize, and to have a cultural exchange in a 7-day period.
Saturday was the group's first day in Belize. It was decided that the group would travel to neighboring Tiger Sandy Bay for a quick swim in the Saboom River.
When we reached the riverside, we showed everybody the swimming area, and we posted chaperones and guides at the bottom of the swimming area, downstream, and at the top of the swimming area, so we had coverage in between the areas where the students would be entering the water. And we were swimming there for maybe 45 minutes to an hour, and the time 5 o'clock came around, and we began to announce to the group, half of them in the water, half of them on the beach, that it was about time to go.
At around 5 o'clock, the group was preparing to leave when they realized that Jackson was missing.
And that's when we put out an immediate search party. The students remained on the bus. The tour guides and the chaperones began returning to the riverside. We began calling Tamari's name, and in pairs we began searching the roads of the farm that lead to the swimming site. And when we couldn't locate Tamari, we immediately called the Belize police. And we set up a communications center at Monkey Bay that was in constant contact with our group as we continued our search. We then stationed a man downstream at a wooden bridge about 300 meters downstream of the swim site to see if Tamari might have gone downstream. And then one of our guides entered the water at the bathing spot and swam that stretch down to the bridge to cover the banks and the water to look for Tamari. He was not there.
Police was called to help with the search. Jackson's body was found late on Saturday night.
And the body was eventually discovered by 2 local divers in the Saboom River.
Jackson's body was fished out from the Saboom River at around 1 o'clock on Sunday morning by divers of the Belize Coast Guard.
Sometime around 6 o'clock on the 13th of February 2016, we received information from the police department that one person was apparently missing from a group of about 32. At that time, they couldn't confirm if the person was in the water or he was lost on land. We received confirmation sometime around 11 o'clock that night. We deployed from here immediately, and we arrived at the location sometime around 11:45. The divers assessed the situation, looked at where the location was marked from the search party from earlier on in the day, and they decided that they could do the dive, even though it was at night and the currents were strong. They conducted the dive and retrieved the body of the young man sometime around 1:30 that morning.
Tell us about the location where his body was found. Was it far away from where they originally were?
It's just a few yards upstream from where they were. He was recovered in about 15 feet of water. When his body was recovered, he still had on his goggles on his face, so he was obviously in the water doing some swimming or diving. The rescue or the recovery operation was very quick. As I said, the location was marked from the search party, so all the Coast Guard did was to arrive at the scene, conduct the dive, and recover the body.
Today, Cobb County School District Superintendent Chris Ragsdale issued a statement in which he said, quote, "We are deeply saddened by the loss of this talented North Cobb High School scholar and musician. Our immediate priority at this time is caring for and supporting his family and all the students, families, and school staff impacted by this tragic event," end of quote.
Yes, I believe that there was no one at fault. There was all the procedures followed. There was the briefing with the group. Tamari was a 14-year-old student.
Was he a known swimmer?
Yes, he had a consent form signed by his mother that he was prepared to swim. There was no medical conditions. He was with the group. All eyes were on the group. Tamari had a GoPro camera and swimming goggles that he was wearing, and he was going under the water to look and to film, we assume. And at some point, he did not come up.
A post-mortem this afternoon concluded that Jackson died as a result of accidental drowning. Reporting for Love News, Hipólito Novello.